Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend these casual conversations with, insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. I'm really excited about today's, deep dive. We've got a ton of sources to unpack.
Yeah.
Research reports, news articles, you name it, all focused on, the forces that are shaping the tech landscape right now.
Yeah, it's a fascinating time to be following all these trends.
For sure.
We're going to cover a lot of ground today. Global market movements, the evolving cybersecurity landscape, and the AI revolution that's impacting everything, from advertising to how businesses operate.
Okay, so let's dive right into the deep end, starting with global markets.
Mm-hmm.
One of the articles flags the U.S. stock market as a continued powerhouse, attracting tons of global investment.
Right.
It's not exactly a surprise,
Right.
but the numbers are still pretty eye-popping.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that it's not just hype. American companies are demonstrating strong earnings,
Right.
robust cash flows, and the U.S. market itself is known for its efficiency. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
Success attracts more investment, which fuels further success, and the strong dollar doesn't hurt either.
Right.
It acts like a magnet for foreign capital seeking stability and returns.
Yeah, reading through these reports, it's clear that large-cap stocks especially have shown resilience despite the economic uncertainties everyone keeps talking about.
Yeah.
But what about China? Some of these sources paint a mixed picture. On one hand, we've got their economy seemingly stabilizing potential stimulus measures,
Right.
and these really attractive valuations for Chinese equities.
You're right, the potential is there, and it's a tempting diversification opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cautious sentiment from investors.
Okay.
The reports point to doubts about how effective Beijing's interventions will actually be.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the geopolitical tensions with the U.S. add another layer of complexity.
So it's kind of like a proceed with caution sign blinking over the Chinese market.
Yeah.
But isn't that where the opportunity lies when everyone else is hesitant?
That's a question a lot of investors are grappling with right now.
Right.
One analyst suggests strategically overweighting Asian markets, excluding Japan, as a way to capitalize on this uncertainty.
Okay.
If those economic indicators keep improving,
Right.
it could be a really smart move. But it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Speaking of uncertainty, let's talk tech. The research paints a fascinating picture of the sector's evolution. We've got companies like NVIDIA, Oracle, and TSMC raking in huge gains,
Mm-hmm.
reflecting this continued demand for semiconductors and advanced technology.
Right.
But it's not just about the hardware anymore, is it?
That's where it gets really interesting. If we connect these gains to the bigger picture, we
Mhm.
see a clear shift from hardware to software and applications.
Mm.
It makes sense, right?
Mhm.
As technology matures,
Right.
the focus moves beyond building the physical components to what you can actually do with them.
Yeah.
And AI is at the forefront of this evolution.
Right. We're seeing AI applications taking off in so many areas. It's not just theoretical anymore. It's changing how we live and work.
Right. Absolutely.
But let's get specific. What does this shift mean for people following the tech sector?
It means diversification is key. You can't just bet on the next big chip manufacturer.
Right.
The smart money is looking at software solutions,
Okay.
especially those leveraging AI to solve real-world problems. That's where the real growth potential lies.
Okay, so buckle up, everyone, because the tech landscape is about to get even more exciting. Now, on a slightly less exciting but equally important note, let's dive into cybersecurity.
This is an area you can't afford to ignore no matter how big or small your business is.
Right?
One of the most concerning trends highlighted in the sources is the dramatic rise in ransomware attacks.
Yeah, it feels like you can't go a week without hearing about another company getting hit. Remember that Starbucks attack?
Oh, yeah.
It completely messed with their scheduling systems.
Wow.
It made grabbing a latte a lot less convenient.
That's just one example, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The research suggests 1 in 10 companies are affected by ransomware every year.
Wow.
JP Morgan estimates it costs businesses billions annually.
Oh, wow. So the question is, how do you protect yourself?
That's where the deep dive gets really helpful. These sources don't just scare you, they provide strategies.
Wow.
It's all about investing in robust prevention and recovery plans. And it's not just about the tech, it's about training your team to spot those phishing scams and not click on every suspicious link.
Exactly. And it's not just about preventing the attack, it's about what happens if you do get hit.
Right.
How quickly can you recover? Do you have a plan to avoid paying those hefty ransoms? These are questions every business leader should be asking.
All right, so we've got ransomware on the rise, but there's another threat looming in the shadows that might even be scarier. Supply chain vulnerabilities.
Think of it like this.
Yeah,
You might have the strongest defenses in the world,
right.
but if one of your suppliers gets compromised, it can create a domino effect that brings your whole operation down.
Oh, wow.
The SolarWinds attack was a perfect example. 18,000 companies impacted because of a single vulnerability in the software supply chain. It's terrifying how interconnected everything is. But at least there's some good news.
Yeah.
The sources mentioned that the U.S. government is taking this threat seriously.
Yeah.
They've issued an executive order on supply chain defenses.
That's cool.
And companies like StackLock and ChainGuard are developing solutions specifically to address these vulnerabilities.
These new companies are focused on identifying weaknesses in complex networks
Okay.
and helping businesses mitigate risks before they become major problems. They're like the digital detectives of the supply chain world.
I like that.
And they're becoming absolutely essential as businesses rely more and more on interconnected systems.
So it's not just about building a moat around your own castle anymore.
Nope.
You need to make sure your allies are secure too.
That's right.
Now, before we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, let's touch on AI again. We've talked about its potential, but the sources also highlight its dark side.
AI is a double-edged sword when it comes to cybersecurity. On the one hand, it can be a powerful tool for defense, helping businesses detect anomalies and automate responses to threats, but in the wrong hands.
It becomes a weapon. We're talking targeted phishing attacks, deepfakes that are so realistic it's impossible to tell what's real anymore, and even AI-powered malware that can learn and adapt to bypass traditional security measures. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi thriller.
And the scary part is this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
As AI technology continues to evolve,
Right.
both attackers and defenders will find new and innovative ways to use it.
Right.
It's a constant arms race, and the stakes are only getting higher.
Okay, that's a good place to pause and catch our breath for a minute.
Correct.
We've covered a lot of ground already, from market trends to cybersecurity's evolving landscape, and it's clear that AI is playing a starring role in both the opportunities and the challenges ahead. We'll be back soon with part 2 of our deep dive, where we'll explore how this AI revolution is shaking up the advertising world and transforming enterprise solutions. Stay tuned.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech. Let's pick up where we left off and dive deeper into the AI revolution.
I'm ready. Let's explore how AI is changing the game for businesses, especially when it comes to advertising.
Okay.
And those enterprise-level solutions everyone's buzzing about.
Let's start with advertising. The sources paint a fascinating picture of how AI is disrupting the industry. Traditional advertising giants are facing serious competition from tech-savvy newcomers like ByteDance and Amazon. It's a clash of titans.
I can see how that would shake things up. But how are those established players responding? Are they just rolling over and accepting defeat?
Not at all. They're fighting back by embracing AI and data analytics. Companies like Omnicom and Interpublic Group are making strategic acquisitions and investing heavily in generative AI to stay ahead of the curve.
Generative AI, now that's a term that keeps popping up. Can you break that down for us a little? What exactly is it, and how are these advertising giants using it?
Imagine an AI that can create content, everything from ad copy and slogans to visuals and even video scripts. That's generative AI in a nutshell. Companies like Omnicom are using it to tailor ad campaigns to specific demographics, crafting messages that resonate with individual consumers on a deeper level.
So it's like having a team of creative geniuses working 24/7, powered by AI, to come up with hyper-personalized ad campaigns. That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is, and it's not just about creativity, it's about efficiency and data-driven decision-making. By analyzing massive data sets, these AI systems can identify patterns and trends that humans might miss,
Right.
allowing advertisers to optimize their campaigns in real time and get the most bang for their buck.
It sounds like a data-driven dream for advertisers.
Yeah.
But what about the consumer's perspective? I know some people get creeped out by this level of personalization. They feel like they're constantly being watched and analyzed.
That's a valid concern, and it's something that the industry is grappling with. The key is transparency. Consumers need to understand how their data is being used and have control over their privacy settings. It's a delicate balance between providing a personalized experience and respecting individual boundaries.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about using it ethically and responsibly. Now let's shift gears and talk about enterprise solutions. This is where things get really interesting for businesses looking to streamline their operations and gain a competitive edge.
One of the biggest stories in this space is the partnership between C3 AI and Microsoft. It's a game changer that combines C3 AI's cutting-edge AI solutions with Microsoft's massive global sales force.
That sounds like a power couple in the making. But what's the real-world impact of this partnership? What kind of solutions are they offering, and who are they targeting?
Think of any industry, manufacturing, healthcare, energy, finance, you name it. C3 AI offers over 100 turnkey solutions designed to address specific challenges in these sectors. They're helping companies optimize their supply chains, predict equipment failures, personalize customer experiences, and even detect fraud.
It's like they've got an AI solution for everything. But with so many players in the enterprise AI space, what sets C3 AI apart? What's their secret sauce?
Their focus on real-world applications and their deep understanding of specific industry needs.
Okay.
They're not just selling generic AI platforms. They're providing tailored solutions that can be implemented quickly and deliver tangible results.
And with Microsoft's backing, they've got the resources and reach to scale their operations globally. It's an impressive combination.
It is. And they're not resting on their laurels. C3 AI is actively investing in research and development, constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. They even have a dedicated team focused on defense applications, recognizing the growing importance of AI in national security.
That's a smart move considering the geopolitical climate. It seems like C3 AI is strategically positioning themselves for long-term success.
They're definitely a company to watch. They're not just riding the AI wave, they're shaping it.
Okay, so we've got AI revolutionizing advertising, transforming businesses with enterprise solutions, and even playing a role in national defense. It's clear that this technology is having a profound impact on our world.
But with great power comes great responsibility. As we continue our deep dive, it's important to consider the ethical implications of this AI revolution. How do we ensure that these powerful tools are used for good and don't create unintended consequences?
That's a great point. We need to have those tough conversations about bias, privacy, and the potential for misuse. It's not about being anti-AI, it's about being thoughtful and proactive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to find that.
Well, that's a lot to ponder as we wrap up part 2 of our deep dive. We've explored how AI is disrupting industries, transforming businesses, and even shaping national strategies. But it's clear that this is just the beginning. The AI revolution is still unfolding, and its full impact remains to be seen.
In part 3, we'll delve deeper into these ethical considerations, explore the potential risks and rewards of AI, and leave you with some final thoughts on what this all means for the future. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech. We're in the final stretch of our deep dive, and it's time to face the big question. What does the future hold for all this tech we've been talking about?
Yeah, it's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And while I don't have a crystal ball, the sources we've examined offer some pretty compelling clues.
All right, let's play futurist for a bit. What are some of the biggest opportunities on the horizon?
Well, from an investor standpoint, the growth potential in AI and related technologies is undeniable.
For sure.
We're talking about a paradigm shift that will touch every industry imaginable.
Oh, wow.
Healthcare, finance, manufacturing, even entertainment, they're all ripe for disruption and innovation.
So anyone with a portfolio should be paying attention to this space. But it's not just about picking the right stocks, is it?
Exactly. The savvy investor is looking beyond the hype and focusing on companies with a clear vision, strong leadership, and a proven track record of delivering real-world solutions. It's about identifying the companies that will not only survive, but thrive in this rapidly evolving landscape.
And it's not just about making money. It's about being part of something bigger. Investing in these technologies can be a way to support the innovations that will shape a better future.
That's an important point. We have the power to direct the flow of capital towards companies that are developing ethical, sustainable solutions to global challenges. Whether it's clean energy, personalized medicine, or even tackling climate change, our investment choices can have a real impact.
So it's about aligning your portfolio with your values, which is a pretty powerful concept.
Yeah.
But let's be real, there are also risks to consider. We've talked about cybersecurity threats evolving at an alarming rate, and then there's the whole ethical minefield surrounding AI.
Those are valid concerns, and the sources emphasize that we can't afford to be complacent. Cybersecurity needs to be a top priority for every business, government, and individual. It's not just about protecting data. It's about safeguarding our critical infrastructure, our financial systems, and even our democracy from sophisticated attacks.
It's a daunting task, but the sources offer some hope. We're seeing governments taking a more proactive approach, new technologies emerging to combat these threats, and a growing awareness among individuals about the importance of online safety. It's a battle that's far from over, but we're starting to see some progress.
And when it comes to AI, the key is to proceed thoughtfully and ethically. We need to establish clear guidelines for its development and deployment, ensuring that it's used to benefit humanity, not harm it.
I keep thinking about those sci-fi movies where the robots take over.
Yeah.
It's easy to dismiss them as pure fiction, but maybe there's a grain of truth in those cautionary tales.
The sources emphasize that we need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks of AI, including job displacement bias and even the possibility of autonomous weapon systems making life or death decisions without human oversight. It's not about fear-mongering, it's about responsible innovation.
So the future of tech is a bit of a mixed bag. On one hand, we have the potential for incredible advancements that could solve some of the world's biggest problems. On the other hand, we have these looming threats that could unravel the very fabric of society as we know it.
It's a complex and uncertain landscape.
For sure.
But one thing is clear. We can't just sit back and let technology shape our future. We need to be active participants, guiding its development, mitigating its risks, and harnessing its power for good.
It's a call to action for all of us, investors, business leaders, policymakers, and even everyday citizens. We all have a role to play in shaping a future where technology empowers us, not enslaves us.
That's a great way to sum it up. The future of tech is ultimately in our hands.
Well, that brings our deep dive to a close. We've covered a lot of ground, from market trends to cybersecurity threats, and explored the transformative power of AI and its potential impact on the world. I hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little bit inspiring.
It's been a pleasure exploring these topics with you.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.